You know in Herbology when you're about to pull a mandrake out and you're bracing yourself for the scream? Well, that's the same kind of energy that this set gives off. It's small and full of charm and lots of loud features I wasn't actually expecting, so let's get into it. Yes, we are going back to Hogwarts, and that's because there's been a lot going on lately in the world of Harry Potter. This is the Herbology Class. This is set 76445, and it looks really cute, I have to say. So we're going to talk about what people love about it, what I love about it, and address the big concern, which is the price here. So it's a small set, kind of a hefty price, even in the world of Harry Potter, which seems to be going up a little bit lately as part of our love-hate relationship that we have with this amazing brand. But there are some incredible things. You get 3 amazing minifigs. I'll talk about those in a second. There are a lot of unique elements in this set, a lot more than I expected to find. And I think that's its hidden charm. So if you are on the fence about this and you have the money, I think you'll really enjoy all the things that you'll discover. And I'm going to highlight all of the things that I found going through this set that I'd never seen before or in colors I'd never seen before. And that's kind of fun. And then in the bottom line is it a welcome part of what goes on at Hogwarts? Let's see. All right, let's start with the minifigs. All right, so you've got 3 minifigures. They are actually exclusive to this set. You have Professor Sprout. She has a dirty cloak. She's got that dark green holly brooch on, which I think is really cool. And everybody's printed on the back. Her hat and actually headset are all molded, which is really fun. You've got Neville as well as Hermione here. They've got the wonderful coveralls on that are unique to the scene, as well as alternate expressions. So this really does set us beautifully in that moment in the Sorcerer's Stone. Let's take a look at what's going on actually inside the greenhouse and the actual structure itself. There's a lot of fun stuff. You see that it actually does open up and close. You get the greenhouse look, as well as being able to expand to show you the exterior and make it look a little bit larger, which is fun. You've got this tree growing out of the inside, which is beautifully built, actually a fun building construction. And then when you go inside, you have lots and lots of plants and pots, and of course our mandrakes. So let's take an up-close look. So when we look inside here, there's a lot of pieces, and you see these 2 stands actually for the plants pop out to give you a little bit more depth to it. And you can see the plants and features behind it a little bit more cleanly. So these are removable completely. They're self-contained, and excuse the fact that my hand is in the way here, but they do pop in and out fairly easily. There's actually a clasp feature that is a little hard to see, but truly works. But you can maybe hear it a little bit there. And then when you get it closed up, you actually see all of those components all fitting together. So it's really compact, which I have to say I really did end up liking about this. There's some fun piece usage. You've got gold umbrellas on the top as part of the drain pipe system. And then inside you've got, of course, the mandrake. And the mandrake really is the star of the show. This is pretty unique to this particular set. And it actually fits in these special new pots. So again, there's a lot of uniqueness. And speaking of that, let's dive into even more of the unique pieces that you're going to get and see as you build this. I've seen several comments online that the outside of this is kind of dull and the inside is where all the fun is. I have to say, I don't know if that's true for me, because literally in every single bag that you open as you're building this, there are pieces that if you've been building for a while are brand new colors or completely new molds. I think I counted over 21 different things that I had never seen before, specifically looking exactly like that, or they were super rare. So I'm going to go through some of my favorite things, and they are, to me, the things that really bring this to life and make this greenhouse really full of magic. So if you're into rare pieces or colors, this is the standout for you if you're a collector or someone who loves the finer elements. And I think these are really what drives the set's price up, because the more rare the pieces, the more costly they are. Some are entirely new molds or special color use, like I said, and some are just really uncommon. And that tends to drive up the parts value of a set. These are all the things that I found. I'm going to point out a couple of things that are really interesting, specifically to me, that are really fun. The first thing is these 3 mandrake plants. We mentioned them a little bit earlier, but they are actually specially designed for this set. They're made so that the minifigures can, in fact, lift them out of their pots by their leaves. And so that implies really a new mold, or at least very specific parts or variations to support that. So I think that's really fun. There are some plant colors in here that are a little bit rare, these bright green, bright orange, etc. And these unique combinations of these color and these foliage molds as well are also really different. You do have Trevor the Toad. He is in a unique color here as well. And there's some containers as well that are different. So you'd think, oh, you know, flower pots are flower pots and whatever, but in fact, some of these actually seem to be really different, or different colors. This dark orange, for example, seems new and completely different to this set. And there's also some other specialized things in uncommon colors. So you've got the window frames in this gold color. I haven't seen that before, or at least it's been really rare. And the watering can, I've never seen it in this sort of chartreuse lime green color as well, which is really cool. So just a quick overview of all of the different kinds of things that we've seen in this set that really help to bring it to life and give it this extra bit of fun and dazzle. All right, so once you've assembled it, where do you put it? Well, although it has minifigs, this really isn't what I would call a play set. This is really a display set, especially if you can afford it. So where do you put it? You want to, if you're a completionist, try to put it somewhere where it looks like it belongs on the castle. I chose to, as you see here, place it open along the side. It sort of seems to nestle up there quite nicely, as opposed to sticking out as a complete greenhouse in this manner. For example, I think it would look kind of funny stuck on. In the future, it probably will have a place to live, but for now, it's up to you. Do you have this set? If so, I'd love to know. Please let us know in the comments what you think about it and if you thought it was a fun build. If you don't have this set, don't worry. If you don't have any Lego sets, don't worry. You got this. We're all part of this team here, and we love bringing this to you. So please subscribe if you haven't already. That's how we keep the bond part of this going. This was a fun set to put together, but every Potter set is magical in its own way, and I want to hear from you what you thought. All right, so I'm going to get ready to do an experiment on my own, but I have to get set for that. All right, ready? I guess they forgot the sound brick. All right, until next time, take care. Thanks, guys. See you soon.